Hey guys, it's Mikey. Today marks my 6th vlog. Woo! Still very enthused about my flip cam. It rules. Yesterday when I uploaded the video, like it was all like kind of crappy and green. I'm like, oh, what is this? But then if you give it a few minutes and let the video process, it is like seriously a lot clearer than the quality that my webcam was giving off. So I'm definitely very excited about this. Definitely a good investment. Like, I don't know about you guys, but hopefully, you know, you're enjoying my vlogs as much as I am making them. I mean, I may not be very funny, and I know that a lot of my vlogs have taken place in my house, but I promise to try to venture out. As a matter of fact, I have a little adventure planned on my day off from work on Tuesday, so that should be awesome. So the reason for... Oh, okay, let me get out of my room now. The reason for today's vlog is that I had 3 things to talk about today. Okay, so first and foremost being that one of the biggest reasons why I started vlogging was because of well, obviously, as I said in an earlier video, like Shay Carl and Charles and Allie were definitely like influences, but also my girlfriend, who I love very much, she kind of like not necessarily pushed me, she influenced me. Like, she, you know, I told her about the idea, and I wasn't really sure how she felt because her and I kind of have the same view of the internet. We feel like it ruined a lot of things, but you know, I asked her, I was like, you know, what do you think? You know, because she hears like how goofy I am, and she sees like the silly things that I've done. And, like, I mean, I know that there hasn't been a lot that's taken place yet, but I promise you guys that things can only get better from here. You've only seen a taste. Like, we're only 6 days in, so I promise to try to, like I said, make a vlog. I think I've been pretty good as far as keeping up every day, but I'm trying to make one every day, if not a few every week. So, with that being said, my girlfriend, whom I love very much, like, pushed me and kind of gave me the drive and motivation to want to do this, and she thought that it was a good idea, and also it kind of inspired her. She says that she wants to do it, so we'll see how that goes. I kind of encouraged her too. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I started like vlogging, because like just to keep like a daily like track of my life, see like what changed, see how like yesterday was different from today and how today is different like from tomorrow. So there's that. Another thing that I want to talk about was, obviously, as you can tell from my tie-dye t-shirt, which you know you love, I enjoy vintage clothing. I discussed briefly things that I love in, I think, my 2nd or 3rd vlog. But another thing that I really enjoy besides vintage t-shirts and flannel and scrubs and that 70s show and DVDs, like I have a massive DVD collection, I'm sure I'll show you guys that someday, that's pretty much like the majority. Like, anyone who knows me knows that I love music, like hardcore, vintage clothing, flannel, good movies, friends. So I'm a pretty simple person. So with that being said, like, I guess the purpose for this part is that, is it just me, or does it seem like vintage clothing has caught on, like, a lot? It's like everywhere you look. Like, I can barely step outside, like, and I'll see someone dressed, you know, in vintage clothing. And I mean, it's funny to me because when I was in high school, I graduated in 06. So that was 3 years ago. I graduated in 06, and I was wearing vintage clothing back then. Granted, I'm not saying that I started it, but it wasn't as popular then as it is now. So I would go to school wearing vintage clothing, and people would like label me as like the poor kid, or like I didn't have any money because I wasn't wearing like name brand like Hollister and Aeropostale and like American Eagle, like. And if anything, I was one that was kind of laughing on the inside, because here I am spending like $10 and getting like a shitload of clothing, and they're spending like 20 and only getting one t-shirt. So I kind of laugh, and I feel like I got the better end of the deal. But I just, like, don't you hate that? Like, is it just me? Don't you hate that when like things that you do, or things that like, you know, weren't that big when you were doing them, like suddenly catch on and they're trendy? Like, oh, I hate trends. Like, I hate when things like catch on and become trendy. So yeah, so that was my little rant about that. I still love vintage clothing to this day. I still own vintage clothing that I wore back in high school, so that's never going to change. I just found it kind of funny that like it's caught on and it's as big as it is. And lastly, the last thing I want to talk about has to do with my beard. I know I talked about my beard in like 2 blogs ago, but another thing that I forgot to mention, the only downside to having a beard is the fact that a lot of stuff gets caught in my beard. Like, when I'm like eating breakfast and stuff, like I get milk caught in my beard. I get like cereal, like my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, obviously. So I get like the cinnamon stuck in my beard, and then when I'm brushing my teeth, I get toothpaste stuck in my beard, and then when I'm drinking juice or whatever, sometimes I don't know how that happens. Sometimes it gets stuck in my beard. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but so yeah. So I guess that's the last thing. I've probably gone on quite a bit about this, but Yeah, so that's my vlog for today. Hope you guys enjoy. You definitely have a lot more to look forward to because I love this flip cam. It's awesome. Oh yeah, by the way, you're my boy Blue.